What's up everyone, welcome back to Tap and Sack. Today we're going to be doing another unlocking video for the Spellslinger Kaya. She's a black-white, she uses spirits to deal damage and sneak in above and below the enemy. And when you deal more damage, you're going to complete those missions and get more spirits and deal even more damage. So let's go sharpen those blades. Alright, so let's see how many Spellslingers I've unlocked. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I already have 10 Spellslingers. We're going to unlock the 11, which is Kaya. So let's go ahead.
Heard you needed my services.
Okay, sweet.
Think fast.
Some fun facts about Kaya. So where we're from, Kaya is actually a food. It's like a coconut jam kind of spread that we put on bread. So it is very popular, it's sweet, and yeah, I eat it quite often. Now let's go into Kaya's stats, her special ability, and as well as her signature cards. She starts with 24 health, so kind of average. And her special ability is that whenever you deal 3 damage to your opponent during your turn, you will add a random Unchained Spirit to your hand. So an Unchained Spirit could be one of these 3. It could be a 2-1 creature with Sneak, a 2-1 creature with Finale, drawing your opponent for 2, or a 2-1 creature with Debut, stun an enemy creature. So effectively you're getting a free card, which is a free creature with a free ability, and it can help you to fulfill future missions. Because the very first mission requires 3 damage to the opponent, but after that you need to deal an additional 1 for each time. So after 3 you will need to deal 4 damage, and then 5 damage, and then 6 damage. So it does get harder and harder for her to do that because her creatures are generally small, but with the help of these random Unchained Spirits, you could be dealing that, successfully completing the missions. So let's take a look at her signature cards and see how they might help Kaya. The first signature spell is one that I really like. It's Cut Down. It costs a 1 mana. It's a spell that deals 1 damage to an enemy, so it could be a creature, it could be an opponent. And after you complete that mission, you actually return this Cut Down to your hand. So if you cast 2 Cut Downs already and they're in your graveyard, and every time you complete your mission, those 2 Cut Downs go back into your hand, and you can deal an additional 1 or 2 damage to an enemy creature, get rid of some blockers, or just deal direct damage to the opponent. And after that, if you can just keep on recurring this loop, then you always get your Cut Down back, and it's a lot of great value. I've been on the receiving end of this, and yeah, it's not fun. The second signature spell is an artifact called Ghost Blades. It costs 2 mana and you get 2 charges with it. So when you activate, you choose a friendly creature, and this friendly creature will steal 1 power from an enemy creature. So you're making your own creature stronger while making the opponent's weaker. So this could be good when your creatures are kind of small and you just want to attack. And by doing this, you might have your creature survive or maybe kill off the opponent, while the opponent will not be able to kill off your attackers. So it really helps Kaya in fulfilling its mission. The last signature card is Kaya's Enforcer. Basically it's a low cost creature, 2 mana for a 2-1. So very small, but it has 2 very unique abilities, which is Sneak and Armor. So when you combine both of these together, you're effectively getting 1 free hit for 2 damage, and then after that it can still survive damage because of Armor. So it can stick around for a long time and can really help in helping fulfill Kaya's missions. Alright, so we've gone through Kaya's abilities. Let's try to build a deck. So we can only use white, black, and colors cards because Kaya is a black-white Spellslinger, and the rest of the rules are the same as before, so let's go. This is the first build I've done for Kaya. It uses a lot of cheap creatures. Our strategy is to get them on the board, especially those with Sneak or Armor or Flying that can get in unblocked. And then we also have some spells that can help reduce the number of blockers that the opponent has. And then later on, we do have some of the bigger creatures such as Krav, the Bloodlord, and Akroma to hopefully deal that finishing blow to the opponent. So let's take a look a little closer at some of these cards. Silent Prowler is a kind of card that you want in Kaya because it has Sneak, which means it can go in unblocked for 1 turn, and that's only if they have blockers. If they don't have blockers, then the Sneak remains. So 1 mana 2/1 is great. Definitely want to put 2 copies of this in. Famished Fiend costs 2 mana, comes in as a 2/3. Whenever it attacks, it drains 1 from your opponent. So this drain counts towards Kaya's mission. It can be crucial because you just need that 1 damage, extra damage to complete that mission. So Famished Fiend can help you with that. I put in Daggerclaw Imp because it's a 3/1 flying. Usually the opponent does not have such early flyers, so you can always rely on this to give you 3 damage to help complete a mission. But the problem is it can't block, so it is a very aggressive move. If you're on the back foot against an aggro deck, then the Imp will not help you because it can't block. I really like Scathing Glare. I think it can really help turn the game towards your favor, especially when you have a few creatures on the board and the opponent also has a few creatures. Casting Scathing Glare makes a big difference because it makes your power higher, makes their power lower, and that means also you have a higher chance of completing your mission. If you have any copies of Regna, the Redeemer, I think it's good to have at least 1 in the deck because it's a 3/1 flying and it cannot take damage during your turn. That means when you're attacking, so you can always swing in to attack, and even if they block with a flyer, they're going to be taking damage and eventually they'll run out of blockers. Leonin Warleader is a little bit of a wild card. I'm still haven't seen it being put to good use because it's a little bit expensive for 3 mana. You do get a 4/3, and when it attacks you add a random white creature that costs 2 or less to your hand. So that's the main reason why it's in this deck, is to help replenish your hand, help adding creatures. But so far it hasn't really done much in terms of completing the missions. So if you have any other better options, do leave us a comment. What do you think would be better than Warleader to put in Kaya's deck? Krav Unredeemed is also a little bit of a wild card because although it's cheap at 4 mana and you get a 7/7 trample, debut of dealing 6 damage to another friendly creature or yourself is a bit tricky. Usually you don't want to be dealing 6 to yourself, so you'll be killing off one of your creatures. But it's best if you have a creature that has armor, and dealing 6 damage to that creature with armor just takes away the armor, so you're keeping that creature. So in situations like that, it's great. The 7 trample can also help you fulfill Kaya's missions, which is why I put 1 of these in the deck. Bloodlord, I just put 1 copy of this in because it is expensive. I think for 5 mana you get a 4/4, but the best part is when it comes into play, you drain the opponent for 3, you gain 3, so that 3 life that they lost does count towards Kaya's mission. Okay, so that's it for our deck introduction. Do check it out. We'll put the deck list in the description and we're going to play some games. Alright, up against Vivien. We're going to test this new Kaya deck. So we've got a starting hand of 2 Famished Fiends. Akroma can go back. And maybe we'll get rid of 1 Famished Fiend and hopefully we get a turn 1 creature. That should be good.
I heard the stadium
Lingering
needs
Spirit.
working. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Listen to nature.
Okay, nothing from the opponent, but they've got an upgrade, so let's pass. Oh, Birds of Paradise. That's nice. So that's actually a nice blocker, and they actually fought with my spirit. Alright. Could cast the Vanguard and then the Famished Fiend. So let's try that.
I'll take the lead.
Pass the turn. Really hope we can cast Scathing Glare. That'd be nice. More Truth is also strong. Ooh, second copy of Flagrant Foul. Alright, I'm gonna cast Regna, the Redeemer, and pass the turn. Next turn, hopefully we can cast Scathing Glare. That'll be a nice buff. Oaken Hide, wow, 4/5. Well, I'm not gonna block. I can't block the wolf with Sneak. Okay, and now we can cast Scathing Glare and maybe Ghost Blades as well. So let's cast Scathing Glare. Let's steal a power.
Careful, they're sharp.
So let's steal. Let's steal from the Bird of Paradise. And then now we can attack. Oh, they decided to block Regna with the bird. Okay. Let's pass the turn. I think they did that so that I don't get the mission completed, and now they can plummet my Regna. I could block the wolf, I guess. So let's do that.
It has been an honor.
Let's just steal one power. And then we can Flagrant Foul, kind of a waste, but let's just attack. Complete our first mission. So we get a random spirit. It's along with Sneak.
Hey there.
And then we'll cast our Prowler. Pass turn. Oh, so they get Yawning Portal, a free legendary creature. Beast Bonder. Nice. Alright.
Are connected.
So I'm wondering if I should leave up Flagrant Foul to get rid of their legendary creature, because they picked one out from Yawning Portal, so I'm kind of worried about that. So let's just attack. We will deal that 4 damage for the mission, so we can cast both spirits, whatever the second one we get. We get the same one actually, so sure, let's just cast both. And pass the turn. So I forgot, they both get a +1/+0 buff for this whole turn whenever I cast it. I think from the Hellmouth cave. Yeah. So that's great actually. You get 2 buffs. Oh, but Alhammerat, oh, it has ward. Hate that. But we can't do Flagrant Foul anymore. We have to save it for next turn. But we can just go for the 2 sneaks. Ah, this is nice. Stun an enemy creature, but we can't stun the one with ward. So it's really annoying. But let's just cast our 1 Lingering Spirit and pass the turn. So if it damages me, you can draw a card and change its cost to 1. So that's not great actually.
Extinction is not an option.
I probably will have to block with the spirit if they don't get rid of it. Okay, +0/+3. And they get to draft another creature with Animal Arrow. There'll be Watch Wolf. Okay. And that one has ward. So I'm gonna block this. So I think I'm just gonna kill off Alhammerat. It's a bit too dangerous to leave alive. So let's just kill it off. And then we will, I think, swing in with all 3. We can still get our trigger for the mission, because we are at 6 right now. So they block 1, and then we'll take, we'll still deal 6 damage and get our mission completed. Alright, so we can cast 2 creatures. So let's do the Vanguard and the Somber Spirit, which when it dies can drain 2 from the opponent. So pass the turn. Hopefully next turn our Hellmouth Cave will trigger. It gives them additional +1/+0. And there's the Brontosaurus, which is bad. Ouch, yeah, that is very big. So we kind of need our Flagrant Foul or something. We could try to stun the opponent, but I don't think that's going to be good. We can't stun the wolf. If we stun the wolf and we attack with all 4, they block 1, we deal 3, 6, 9, 11 damage, so not enough to kill off the opponent. So maybe Kaya's Enforcer is still the way to go. So let's just attack with the spirit, see what happens. Okay. So let's cast Enforcer.
You know what to do.
And let's pass a turn. So somehow we have to get rid of 11 toughness, which is really difficult. I think I used both copies of Flagrant Foul already. So I don't really have any more removal.
Show them your teeth.
Wow. That is 15 damage directly to me. Okay, so nice, we get a +1/+0 buff. We can drain 2 and then deal 4, 8, 12, 15.
Nice work.
This is tricky. If I do 4, 8, 12, 15 to him, I have to get rid of this guy somehow.
Nice work.
Alright, so I'm gonna stun the Bronto. So if I kill off the wolf, I can't deal 16. So I'm just gonna attack all. See what happens. Alright, that's good, that's good. So he's down to 1 and now I can drain blood. And let's pass the turn. Ooh, if they draw an Akroma, then that's it for us. We have no flyers. Yeah, that is flying with haste. So they'll get some damage in. Yes, but we got our first win for Kaya. Nice. So all that sneaking around with spirits actually overwhelmed the opponent. The Brontosaurus was really crazy, but we managed to get rid of a 16 toughness Brontosaurus for the win. So good game. And that's it for our introductory unlocking video for Kaya. I hope you had a glimpse of what she's about. You really want to fulfill those missions so that you can get more spirits, and those more spirits will help you deal more damage and complete even more missions. I think if you're not able to complete those missions, it becomes much harder for Kaya, so definitely build a strategy and the cards around that, because you want to be dealing damage and then sneaking in, flying in. If you've been playing Kaya for a while, do let us know in the comments what are some of the better cards you've experienced, and maybe against certain Spellslingers, who are the stronger ones to go against and who you might have trouble with. Because I really want to play Kaya more, it's just that in the ranked ladder it's a bit tough against some Spellslingers. So do let us know and drop us a subscribe if you enjoyed the video. We'll be producing more videos on Spellslingers as well as other magic content, so subscribing will really help us a lot. Or you can also check out our website at tapandsack.com and you can read more articles there on Magic the Gathering. We're tapping out now, we're gonna play some Commander on the weekend. Till then, take care, stay safe, and see you guys next time.